Welcome to Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium. Tonight it is the big matchup between the Evansville Reitz Panthers against the Jasper Wildcats in the Sectional 24 championship game. And this is really the game that everybody's been looking forward to. When you look at the sectional lineups and all that, everybody's kind of wondering when Jasper and Reitz is going to play. So it's happening tonight right here in Jasper, Indiana. Hello everybody, my name is Craig Schneider along with Mike Blessinger and Jeremy Marcos on the video. And Bless, looking at this football game, again, this is a Reitz football team that's solid just like they always are. They've had some exceptional teams. They've had some really good teams, and I'd say this year is just no exception to any of that. So looking at Reitz's record, they come into this football game 8-3 on the season. Their 3 losses coming to Henderson County. They were blanked by Castle 17-0, and then had a tight one against Evansville Mater Dei, but they lost that one 16-14. But took care of business pretty well in their first 2 rounds of the sectional, 38-0 over Owen Valley, and then last week beating Silver Creek 49-15. So, what are your early thoughts coming into this football game?
Well, what we have here tonight are the 2 premium programs, and we talk about programs in football. That's sustained success year after year. We run into good teams here and there, but these 2 programs are long-lasting, long histories, great fan base, and a great atmosphere, and the way really the sectional final should end up with really what everybody believes are the 2 best teams in this group. And we're lucky to have it end up this way, and it's going to be a great night for football. Weather, it's a little crisp tonight, just the way football should be in early November. And it's a clear night. The wind's not going to be a factor. Just a good night for football for 2 good football teams.
Well, just some notes on this Reitz football team as far as how they fared over the last few football games. One game I looked at real closely this past week was the Mater Dei game. They lost that game 16-14, and but one thing I was impressed with them in that game, Mater Dei, they held them to just 3 field goals, and so Mater Dei had a 9-0 lead before Reitz finally got on the board. And I was really impressed with the way their quarterback, Austin Reagan, was able to engineer 2 nice offensive drives to get them back into that football game. But Mater Dei also had a touchdown to win that game 16-14. But Reagan had 2 touchdown passes to Malik Higgins of 30 yards and 20 yards. But overall in that game, he was 16 of 26 for 187 yards and 2 touchdowns passing. So I think he's a quarterback, maybe not as solid as what we've seen, or not as exceptional as what we've seen in the past from Reitz, but he's one that can get things done when he needs to.
Yeah, and what you can count on from Reitz, the difference between a Reitz team and maybe a Central team where you have some explosive players is the depth of the capabilities of the players they've got. So, whether he throws for 1,500 yards or not, that the quarterback's going to make good decisions. He's well drilled, and he's going to know what to do in tough situations. And the other thing about Reitz is these guys aren't going to quit. As we saw last year, they're going to play every minute tonight, no matter what. Even if we're fortunate enough to be way ahead or they're way ahead, either way, you can count on a game for the full 48 minutes.
And that's the thing, talking about last year's loss to Reitz. Reitz won that football game 31-30. Jasper had a 9-point lead with 5:39 left in the 4th quarter, but Reitz came up with a big touchdown score with just 4 minutes to go. So just inside of 2 minutes, they were able to cut that lead down, and then eventually won it with a field goal, 34-yard field goal with 9 seconds to go. So the Wildcats looking to avenge that bitter loss last year, and they will kick things off to the Reitz Panthers to start this thing. And it's kicked out there, just a little pooch kick, and it's actually fumbled, but yep, it was loose, and looks like Reitz, the receiver, was able to fall back on top of it. So it looks like they're going to start things off at about the 33-yard line there.
Good job, Kitty, on that one. Nice job.
So Reitz football team has a number of offensive weapons as well. They've got 2 tailbacks. I'm not sure if we will be seeing tonight Dwayne Esters.
I understand he's back. From the guys from Reitz here next to us. He's back.
Okay.
Had a little ankle injury, but he's back this week.
But on top of that, they also have Malik Higgins, who has rushed for just under 1,000 yards himself. So it looks like right away we've got Esters with the carry to start things off here.
Good job by the defensive line. Not much room there.
And last week the Wildcats doing a outstanding job against Central's rushing attack, so it's going to be very important for the Cats to do that tonight.
Esters is limping off again, so that ankle might already be a little bit gimpy.
So So it looks like he was going to give it the old college try to start things off, but doesn't look like he's going to stick it out. So
we got Higgins in the backfield, and another, let's see, not Esther, I'm not sure. Another one up the middle. Oh, got 3.
So the tailback rush in there was number 28, Landon Miller, who last week ran for 116 yards, I believe, in that game. Actually, 103 yards. It was Malik Higgins who rushed for 116 yards last week in that 49-15 win over Silver Creek.
Yeah, we had a nice surge and stop by the defensive line, but we weren't able to finish it off when we stopped them initially. We got to finish that play off and keep them at the line of scrimmage.
So Reitz will run all kinds of different sets tonight. Give that time is actually to Higgins. Higgins wears number 9. Malik Higgins, 6 foot, 172 pounds, just a junior, and he has kind of split things up this year as a wide receiver and as a halfback, but no gain on that play.
Yeah, lost a yard early, so it's a good job by the Cats. Good job by the defensive line. The key's going to be how well our defensive line does, and when they go to start going to the pass plays, and our pass rush is going to be vital here. And we got Higgins split wide right here, so we need to keep an eye on him.
Reagan with the football, rolls to his left, and oh boy, just in and out of the hands. Yeah. It looked like Kruger was right there on the coverage.
Kruger made a nice play, good assignment. He was in the right place. They got to throw through him, and it's a good play, good defense. We'd like to have the pick. It'd be a big momentum changer, but nonetheless, good coverage, and everybody seemed to be in the right place there. I think we got to watch here. They're gonna, if they don't get it, they're gonna punt, and they got a bad spot there. But we got to watch for some deep action here, because if they don't get it, they're gonna punt. So we don't want to let them get anything behind us here.
So Wright's facing third and about 11, just a little beyond 10 actually. The ball's at the 43-yard line. Reagan with the football. Looks in the middle of the field. Pressure right there is Alice, and boy, he almost got away from him, but Alice just had a good enough momentum to get that sack. So a big play for the Wildcat defense. Basically just holding one first down.
Yeah, that was a good start. Even on that first down play, we almost had him bottled up, but good pass coverage and good pass rush. That's going to be, the pass rush is really going to be the key. They got some athletes, and we got some guys that can cover, but the real key is going to be our pressure on their quarterback.
So Reitz will have to punt the football. Jasper back to call the fair catch as Betts. And that ball is actually going to be spotted at the 25-yard line. So far the Wildcat defense passing the first test of this football game. Jasper will take possession with 9:46 to go here in the first quarter. You're watching the Wildcats against the Panthers. Jasper against Reitz. Huge matchup.
It's a good start for the Wildcats. Real good start. Now let's see what we can do on offense. Again, the line of scrimmage is going to be the key here. How we handle things up front.
So the Cats line up there. Officials want to make sure they set the football, and they're actually moving it towards the middle of the football field there. So again, Reitz leads this series 5-2, but these two have just really been, let's see, 6 sectional clashes between the Wildcats and Panthers in the last 7 seasons is what the Heralds told us. As Aarons comes out wanting to throw, rolls to his right, doesn't find anything, and then does dump it off. There's Alice with the football. Nice play.
That's a great play, because Nolan, he wasn't real sure, and he's protecting the ball, doesn't want to make a turnover, so he second guesses it, and then Alice stays in the route, and he finds him, and a nice 12-yard gain there.
16-yard pickup, as the ball is now at the 41-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. You're exactly right, Bless. He just kept that play alive, kept his eyes downfield, and found an open Alice. Actually Hipschman goes into motion there. They give it to Ben Moore. There's a nice opening to the right side, and he rushes for about 8 or 9 on that play.
Yeah, not much room for 8 yards. Good start. That's sarcasm.
We'll take your sarcasm. There you go. All right.
There's a nice move there. Ben's got good vision. He just seems to find seams, so it's a nice play.
So we'll call it a 7-yard gain to the 48-yard line, 2nd and 3.
They're really playing deep off of, well, not this time, but Woods, I'm sure they're going to give a lot of cushion to. Nice second effort by Ben Moore.
And that's the thing, you make that contact, he makes a nice little spin that gave him those extra 2 yards that he needed to get that first down. So that
it's going to be a first down, right?
Yep, they're actually, they're telling him to move the chains. So 1st and 10 for the Jasper Wildcats. 8:57 to go here in the opening stanza of this sectional 24 championship football game. Aaron's under center, I backfield. Give us to Ben Moore again.
And he's fighting, kept fighting.
Forward progress, we get a gain of about 2 on the play. Lake Dirks.
So just a little more than a yard on the play, about 2, we'll call it. Second and, scoreboard says 2nd and 9, we'll agree with them there. The Cats, of course, in Reitz territory now.
2nd down coming up.
Looking to make a move. Aaron's in the shotgun with 4 wide receivers. Chucks it out to the right side. I believe that's Wood with the football. Runs a little curl pattern there to gain about 7. Actually, want to look at the spot.
Not a very good spot, I don't think, but
so actually it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4, so really only gain up about 5 on the pass play. So Wood
get some good positive yards here and keep it 4th and short. We'll probably be going for it. I'd like to see our line just drive their defense off the line and see what can happen here. Just push them back here. Let's see what we can do.
And the Cats actually going to run the football. I believe it is 4-down territory, but it's not going to be necessary. It's Ben Moore just really...
Again, just finding a little space there after he gets hit. Good job, Ben Moore.
Outstanding run. He's had a couple of those where he just spins away from the contact and keeps his legs going. So Ben Moore with an outstanding start to this football game and keeps things alive for the Wildcats on this possession. 1st and 10 from the 37.
It's a nice job for the line to give him some room, and then Ben got a little extra.
Aaron's with a slot to his left this time. Actually, the give is to the fullback, but they're saying he is down. So Ian Songer.
It's his first carry tonight.
Songer with the 6.6 yards per rush this season. He's been outstanding when he carries the football.
Yeah, but
they tend to get a little excited though sometimes, boys.
Yeah, he does. You got to make sure he checks his emotions and keeps him within the rules of the game. We don't need any accidental penalties on us, but certainly that emotion makes you play at a higher level a lot of times. So
Ben Moore with a nice opening to the left side on the ISO play, and plenty for the first down as he crosses the 25-yard line down to the 24, so a nice 11-yard gain there.
Number 5, Jordan Summers makes a stop on the play, but number 4,
that's nice play. It's been a good drive for the Cats, a little passing, execution, good executing up front by that offensive line. We've got a good solid base now. All the guys that we really want in there are playing offensive line now.
Give us again to Ben Moore on the left side, and boy, he is just determined tonight, Bless, running that football. And the offensive line on that left side doing a great job on those last 2 carries. So
Colin Boland's back this week. He missed last week with a little bit of mono. Neil Rose is back after an ankle injury a couple games ago. He was back last week, and got Craig Sanders up there and Dylan Pearson, and it's a pretty good, solid group along with Hope at center. That's those are the guys that, if you pick our 5 guys, that's who we want there.
Songer gets the carry straight ahead. He's usually good for the short yardage situations, and plenty right there to give the Wildcats another first down as they continue to drive. 3-yard pickup on that, and they needed 1.
Mike McDowell.
So 1st and 10 from the 12.
Make the stop for the Panthers. 3-yard gain.
They got the strong in there, what they call the strong, with Austin Allison, one of the halfbacks with Ben Moore, and pay attention to Spencer Otto at tight end. I got a feeling they'll run to the right. I'll give it to Hollis
to the left side. There goes Hollis, and
Austin Hollis, the ball
Hollis
carrier.
again.
Hollis will
just somebody that they've been using a little bit more in the backfield, along with Tate Blessinger as Tate checks into the huddle here. And actually, I think they're going to move Hollis back to the tight end spot. Maybe
they'll probably run the wishbone with Hollis at the tight end.
Right.
Reitz along with number 38, Link Dirks.
So Hollis's run nets 3 yards down to the 9-yard line. 2nd and 7. Cats can still get a first down.
At the 9.
Give is to Ben Moore. And that left side again, so the Cats just really seeing something out there. Maybe a hole or something with the Reitz defensive line.
And I'm sure the scouting report says there's a certain place they want to attack, so that's probably where they're going.
So another 3-yard pickup there. Cats' last 3 plays, 3 yards for Songer, 3 yards for Alice, and this time Ben Moore tacks on 3 more yards. 3rd and 4. Give us to Moore to the right side this time, and no, it might be short of that first down marker.
Yeah, I think we're going to be at 4th down here. Let's see what.
Yeah, it looks like they're maybe spotting it just barely inside the 5. So Cats in a 4th down situation, no question about it. Cats going for it here, 4th and I'm going to say a long 2.
Long 2, yeah. But here's where we need our offensive line to just really bully it up. But wouldn't surprise me if we tried to throw one to Alice in the flat.
Actually going with a little triangle setup here. Trying to draw Reitz off sides. They don't fall for it, but Ben Moore gets to the left side, and oh boy, he's
close.
Gonna have to be real close there depending on the spot, but boy, it looks like he's just spotting that ball at the 4-yard line. That's not gonna be enough, I don't believe. Yeah, it looks like he tried to break that to the outside. There might have been a little bit more of a hole if he stayed just right off tackle, and Reitz comes up big. So a 4th down stop. Ben Moore not able to get that first down.
It's a good drive for the Cats. It's a shame we don't end up with any points, but a good defensive series here can bring us right back into good field position and take it down there again.
So the Reitz Panthers will take over with 3:57 to go here in the first quarter of action. You're watching Jasper Wildcat football in the sectional 24 championship game against the Reitz Panthers. Cats actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 plays on that drive, but do not come up with anything on the scoreboard.
There it is. They call timeout. Who called time? He signaled Jasper.
Yeah, that dumbass over there said us.
We're trying to figure out why the whistles were blown here. The referee's going to have a quick little chat out there.
They're calling timeout from the bench, I think.
What the hell's going on?
Not really sure what's happening here.
Timeout, Reitz.
Yeah, so it looks like Reitz is going to be charged with the timeout. So we'll take a break in the action. There's no score, 3:57 to go here in the first quarter. You're watching Jasper Wildcat football sectional action tonight on 18 WJTS.
Until there's a cure for Alzheimer's disease, it's comforting to know there's a place like Augustus Cottage at the Timbers of Jasper. Augustus Cottage focuses on maintaining a secure, home-like environment where residents have a sense of belonging. Augustus Cottage staff are trained, compassionate, and patient. If someone you love has memory loss, there's a place to turn for help. I'm Deb Lloyd, Memory Care Facilitator, and we're the Timbers of Jasper, where caring people make the difference.
You're watching 18 WJTS Jasper.
Back at Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium, Wildcats gambled on a 4th and 2 inside the 5-yard line and come up short, so Reitz will take off over the football. 1st and 10. Got 96 yards to go.
Going deep.
They're going deep early. So he finds Summers, and Summers holds it in right there at the 40-yard line. So Summers, who came up big in that game last year, comes up with an early big play there. So the ball's now at the 41-yard line. So a nice hook up there.
You got to kind of know that's coming, and we were right with them. But you got to make the play. You got to knock the ball down, or do something from keeping them getting out of the back zone. The back's up against the end zone. And film tells us you got to kind of know that they're going to try and throw it deep like that. So
that really moves them out of trouble territory now at the 41-yard line.
Coverage really wasn't that bad, but it's a good job on the run.
Give us to Malik Higgins. Number 9 on the run. No gain on the play, so the Wildcats doing an outstanding job against the run so far. And big pass play gets him to the 41-yard line. It's That's where the ball will remain, 2nd and 10.
No gain. 2nd and 10 at 41.
Again, Reitz with a number of weapons on this football team. Jordan Summers, 6'3", 181's already shown that. Reagan looks to his left and throws right, and actually that time Jordan Summers not able to hang on to it. Tate Blessinger right there on the stop, or on the pop, to knock that ball away. So now Wright's facing another 3rd and long situation.
Coming up for the Panthers.
You know, the main thing, Bless, in a situation like this, and you give up a big play like that, is not to get rattled. And so far the Wildcat defense settling down there.
Yeah, stay tough. And, you know, up front, the defensive line is really the key. We're going to have to bring some pressure here, and it's pretty much a passing situation. So there's motion here, 84.
Yeah, it looks like so there's movement by the tight end. That's number 84, Tristan Clark. He's a sophomore, 6 foot, 203 pounds. You know, and this is a Reitz football team. It's not as big as what they have been in the past. I mean, so you got a couple big boys on the offensive line. A.J. Ware's 256 pounds, and Orlando Maldonado. But I think with the Wildcats' quickness defensively, we ought to be able to compete against them.
Our boys are quick and strong and, you know, good frames, so that's good. Pass coverage is the key here. Love to get an interception rather than let them kick it, because that's just way better field position we're going to end up with. And it's 3rd and long, so you know they're gonna pass it. Or another thing you might look for is a screen pass on this, as an aggressive defense is going to be coming at him, I'm sure.
3 wide receivers to his left side, but he's looking right first. He's trying to set up the screen over there. And the Wildcats able to stop it. He was able to gain about 6 yards on the play. And that being the tailback, Landon Miller.
Pass is complete to number 22, Dylan.
So that's going to force the Reitz Panthers to punt it away. So the Wildcats really dodge a bullet there, Bless.
They did, you know, after the big play to get them out of the bad field position. Cats did a good job on defense. So now we got to drive down the field again, and you know, we got to put some points on the board this time.
For Jasper to receive.
Here's the snap. It's Cats automatically calling for the fair catch, and so that's where the Wildcats will start. 1st and 10. It looks like at about the 27, 28-yard line. So it's really important for the Wildcats here to come up with a little more than what they were able to come up with on 13-play drive, but coming up short. But you just got to get some points on the board here.
Yeah, you know, I understand what we want to do. We think we're going to overpower them, and we want to, you know, blow it into the end zone. I'm not sure a field goal wouldn't have been nice. Just, you know, it's always nice to have 3 points. But, you know, it's easy to second guess it now. If we gain the 1st down or score a touchdown on that play, then, you know, then we're saying what a great call. It's tough. It's a lot easier from where we're sitting and down there on the sideline. But let's just have the Cats here pour down the field and keep that defense tough.
Looks like Ben Moore right there is going to gain about 3 or 4 on the play. And the Cats still working that left side. And actually gained a little bit more than we'd expect there. He actually got 5. So moves that football to about the 33-yard line. 2nd and 5.
What was the over under 27? Yeah, I took the under because I thought we'd get
Ben Moore came into this football game, 128 rushes for 659 yards, 5.1 average, and 8 touchdowns.
Man-to-man coverage.
And he actually finds Cody Jacob out there, and nice pass play for the Wildcats. That'll move the chains as the ball is now going to be at the 45-yard line, still in Wildcat territory, but a nice 12-yard pickup on the play.
It was a nice play. Sent Wood pushing the cornerback back, and a little out for Jacob, and Nolan put it on the money, and it's a nice play. You know, getting a little man-to-man on Zach Wood. I'd like to see him go deep here.
Aaron's this time is going to roll to his left. Nice pull it over there to Hipschman, and boy, that's a nice 11-yard pickup for another Wildcat 1st down. And we're going to spot it actually right on the 45, so they're going to move the chains on that one. So 10-yard gain.
Nolan had some options there, found a good open receiver. Again, you know, not too risky of a play. He can see what's going on in front of him, and he delivered it. Nice job, nice play. Good catch by Phillip.
This time Ian Songer straight up the middle, but boy, he was met quickly, and a nice solid pop on him was
number
the
38.
linebacker. That's Link Dirks, number 38. Dirks 6'2", 210 pounds. So just 2-yard gain on that play. 2nd and 8. Cats at the 42-yard line now. There's a pitch out there to Zach Wood. And Zach Wood with a nice nifty move and was able to dive forward to gain another Wildcat first down. All now at the 34-yard line, so about 9 yards.
Nice play,
on that
little
pickup.
bubble screen.
1st and 10, Jasper.
So the Wildcat offense moving the sticks, and that's what you want to see.
Yeah, we keep, we're moving the ball. Time of possession and total yardage, well, they had that long one pass play, but other than that, we're really dominating it. But it's still a tie score, so none of that really matters until you get in the end zone or get some points. Now he's got him wide open.
Look at that, Hipschman hauls it in. Is he going to get to the end zone? Yes, he does, it looks like. Wildcats score with a big 34-yard hookup from Austin.
Nice play, ran
Nolan
everybody.
Aaron, sorry about that. Nolan Aaron's going to
Philip
Hipschman on the play.
Hipschman. Yeah.
I actually got caught there. You yelled up, and I was writing something down whenever that pass was up in the air, so I saw him able to catch it. But beautiful play by Nolan Aaron.
He was wide open. It's a good route because we ran the guy short, and it sucked the defense up, and Philip just came from the backside and was had a lot of space, and Nolan put it on him, and then he fought to get into the end zone from the safety. Good play. It's a good job.
So now Hipschman has to hold the extra point. Gets it down, kick is up and through. So the Wildcats get on the board first after a 13-play drive. They put 7 on the board on this one. So with 21.7 to go here in the first quarter, it's the Jasper Wildcats 7, Reitz Panthers nothing. You're watching Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
Ackerman Oil Company and Circle A Food Mart. Shoot for perfection. Starting with our quality Sunoco gasolines, the official fuel of NASCAR. With 2 convenient locations in Jasper, there's no reason to pass up the opportunity to stock up for the big game. And Sunny Chicken Tenders are always a big hit at your festivities. The Sunny Says Car Wash lets you be just as bright as the stars of Jasper High School.
Back at Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium, Wildcats get on the board on their second possession of the football game as Kruger tees it up. Actually, whistles blow. He's actually, a flag's going down, so I guess the Wildcats may have been offsides on this play.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but, Cal, not sure our strategy on a kick. He kicks that one kind of deep, but if he's going to kick it deep, he ought to take a big, long stride and boot it deep or keep it short. I'm not sure what happened here, though. Delay a game.
Wow. Okay.
Delay a game on a kickoff, really?
I rarely see a delay a game on a kickoff. I don't know if I've ever seen that, but it's happened tonight. Seems like every time Jasper and Reitz play, some interesting things go on.
I guess once they give him the option, he's got a certain amount of time to get it kicked off, and
right. So the ball will now be spotted at the 35-yard line, or teed up there.
Look for this one to land about the 25 or 30 over there on the right side, just beyond the hash mark.
Yep, he pops it right over there. It's actually going to be fielded.
It's good when it bounces. That's always
right
good.
around the 20, and boy, that's twice they've had a tough time fielding that football on kickoff. So
right away, Kitty. It's a good start. Now some more good defense here, smothering defense, and keep them pinned back there.
So Reitz will start things off at the 21-yard line, 1st and 10. Jasper leads this football game 7-0. Just 19.4 ticks left in this first quarter. The Jasper Wildcat offense, both possessions, have been marching right down the field. And the defense doing an outstanding job. Reitz yet to cross into Wildcat territory on their first 2 possessions. Handoff is to Higgins this time. He goes right, then goes left, and
Higgins, the ball carrier.
ends up finding about maybe 5 or 6 yards on that run.
Spencer Otto makes the stop on the play.
Spencer Otto in on the stop.
It's good first down yardage. I mean, good thing was we were back there in the backfield, but didn't get them down. But end of the first quarter, pretty good first quarter for the Wildcats. It's a good place to be.
So the Wildcats lead this football game over the Reitz Panthers 7-0. You're watching Jasper Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
This is Tony Ubelar with Ubelar Chevy Cadillac in Jasper. It's November, time for football, turkey, pumpkin pie, and Chevrolet. And we've got a lot to choose from. Have you seen the 2014 Impala? Stunning and exciting. Or the great rebates on Chevy Silverado. And we've got a great selection of new and used Cadillacs. And because it's easy as pie when purchasing a vehicle from Ubelar & Sons, we're giving away pumpkin pie to anyone who takes a test drive. Ubelar Chevy Cadillac in Jasper, where customers send their friends for easy as pie buying since 1929.
Wildcats lead this football game 7-0, just ready to start the second quarter. Real quickly, I want to go over the all-conference players. I think I missed out on a few of them last week. We had 3 on the offensive side for the Wildcats. Neil Rose, quarterback Nolan Aarons, and tight end Austin Alice. And on the defensive side, senior defensive end Spencer Otto, Scott Stallwood, Brayton Betts, and Cal Kruger as Reitz on a 2nd and 5. Quarterback decides to keep it this time, and
Bring it on to carry.
probably a good decision because Spencer Otto was all over Higgins in the backfield there. So
He almost blew that whole thing up the way Spencer got there, and that's what we want, disrupt that thing. It's now 3rd and short.
4-yard pickup on the
So
play.
the run by number 6, the quarterback, gains 4.
1.
So now Reitz with a 3rd and short, very short 1 yard there. Still split out 4 wide
Probably going to see
receivers.
some of this action.
So they give it to the left side. Higgins with the football, plenty for the first down, and still on his feet, gets up the midfield and steps out of bounds right there. So they get right to the 50-yard line.
Some people believe there was a little holding going on back there, but regardless, big pickup for the Panthers.
They're going to spot it back at the 50.
So that's going to be a 20-yard pickup on the play.
20-yard gain on
It's
the
a nice
play.
run by Malik. Higgins.
1st and 10, Reitz at midfield.
Higgins gets it to the right side this time, sweeps to the outside, and then cuts it up. And boy, a big opening there as he gets down across the 25-yard line down to about the 23, maybe 22. It looks like the 23 is where they're going to spot it, but boy, it's 2 big plays by the junior tailback, Les.
Yeah, and I think we missed some tackles there, and we're close to stopping it, but we got to bring them down.
Able to pick up 27 yards on the play. 27-yard
So
run
it takes that
for
ball. Actually, I
first
take that back.
down.
It was at the no, it's at the 23-yard line. 27 yards. Pitch out this time to, trying to see, I think that was Jordan
Number
Summers who
5,
got the
yeah.
football there.
Jordan Summers.
So Jordan Summers on the pitch and catch. Gains only about 2.
Defense needs to really step it up here, get aggressive, and make some tackles. We're not far from getting those long plays stopped, but we gotta finish it off.
Actually, this time the quarterback, Reagan, keeps the
Austin
football.
Reagan, the ball carrier.
Straight up the middle, gets across the 20.
Tackle on the play by
It's 3rd and long. Need some good coverage and a good pass rush right here.
3-yard pickup.
They are in 4-down territory, or they can kick a field goal, but
At the 19-yard line.
This
third
thing-
down and 5.
make a big pick on a pass play. Whether set out here to the right, you might look for a bubble screen or something like that.
Reagan actually gives the football. It looks like Higgins with the ball again on the left side, and the Cats
good
stop
job.
it nicely there. So a big loss actually on that 3rd down play.
That's big because they tried to spread it out, and then all the Cats were there. So
1-yard loss on the play.
Actually just a loss of about a yard.
Scott Stallwood and Grant Teal make the stop for Jasper.
So the ball rests right there on the 20-yard line, but regardless, it's a 4th and 7, and Reitz is going to come out here and try a
field goal.
Yeah, so that ball is going to be spotted at the 27, so a 37-yard attempt here.
You got to watch for don't get caught going off yards.
Nathan Horner is the kicker here, number 82. There's the snap, the kick, and drills it right through the upright. So Reitz puts 3 on the board, so they get a positive score on their 3rd possession of the football game and cut this Wildcat lead to 7-3. So you're watching Jasper Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
It's taken a lot of preparation and hard work for the Cats to get in shape for today's game. Your furnace is the same way. Fall's coming soon and you're going to flip the switch and expect your furnace to heat the place up. Before you do, call Maringer's Plumbing and Heating at 482-4425 and they'll send a serviceman out to get your furnace in shape for the season ahead. Maringer's Plumbing and Heating, your local Trane dealer, will also give you a free estimate on a new Trane high-efficiency gas furnace. Because like they always say, it's hard to stop a train just like it's hard to stop the Wildcat football team. Maringer's Plumbing and Heating says go Cats.
You're watching 18 WJTS Jasper.
Wildcats lead this football game over the Reitz Panthers 7-3 after a 37-yard field goal drilled by the kicker, number 82, Nathan Horner.
Yeah, 2 big running plays there. Got them in good field position. Other than that, the defense wasn't too bad. But
so the ball fielded in about the 18-yard line. Straight up the middle, still not going down.
Jeffers with a nice return. Yeah,
very nice return.
Good job by the senior.
So Jeffers gets that ball across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. So Cats having nice field position to start this drive.
Met Landon Jeffers' dad for the first time on Wednesday night. He was out at, they don't have the Booster Club meeting on Wednesdays, but there's still a group headed up by John Sanders on Wednesday nights to get together and talk about Jasper football, mainly parents. He was calling some of the senior parents, and Landon's dad came out. It's nice to meet him.
Yeah, we just simply call that the booster meeting, right?
The booster, yeah, meeting of the boosters.
9:23 on the clock, 1st and 10, Jasper. Play action. Aarons rolls to his right, dumps it out there. Alice with the football, nice play, gets close to midfield, just shy, maybe about a yard at the 49-yard line. But regardless, the 12-yard pickup is a 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. So the Wildcat offense continuing to march right along.
Yeah, it was nice play, and Nolan knew it was a safe pass and put it in there, and of course, Big A pulled it in. Nice game, good first down play.
High backfield. Pitch out there on the power play is to Ben Moore. He uses his hand to stay up on his feet, and nice job there to be able to gain about 9 on the play.
Yeah, he had a little hole outside, but he kept fighting on the inside through guys, and a nice big 8-yard gain.
Move the spotted at the 43. 8-yard pickup. Cats now in Reitz territory. 2nd and 2. He comes stunting this time. I don't know if
call on us, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's the thing. Whenever that linebacker shot up there, yeah, we did react a little bit. We'll see what they call. Yep, it is against the Jasper Wildcats. That's going to push him back 5 yards. So the 2nd and 2 now becomes a 2nd and 7.
Second down now, 2nd down and 7.
Spot this at the 48-yard line.
At the 48.
Still in Reitz territory.
It's not too devastating after a good first down gain, but you never like to give up yards on penalties. But that was kind of tough. They were bringing guys, and we just had to react.
Cats again on the play action. Dump over there is to Cody Jacob. And he is knocked out of bounds. We'll see where they spot the football. Looks like right about the 43-yard line. So the Cats pick up those 5 yards lost. The only thing is it makes it now 3rd and 2.
Make the stop for the Reitz Panthers.
Again, Aaron's doing an outstanding job tonight, just working the field, but also working his receivers. I mean, he's thrown to Jacobs a couple times. He's thrown to Wood, Alice. 4 receivers, of course, the touchdown by Hipschman. So Aaron's doing an outstanding job, and also doing an outstanding job as the tailback, and the ball pops up in the air, but they're
Calling
saying
him down.
he
Calling
was
him down.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the ball was down when he got down to the 35-yard line, so a huge run.
Got to give the offensive line credit on that one. We were just going to blow it up the middle, and they just gave him space. And Ben gets a few extra yards, but the offensive line got that first down for us. That's the way to go for those guys.
First and 10, Jasper at the Reitz 35.
So a pickup of 8. We only needed 2, and we got first and 10 now at the 35-yard line. That's a couple times the Wildcats have been called down, but the ball has popped out. It happened in the first quarter to Ian Songer, that time happening to Ben Moore. Play action again. Actually out there, he's throwing it up there for grabs, and luckily for the Wildcats, the defender's not able to haul that in.
Yeah, they couldn't get, Austin was trying to get free, didn't quite get free. So,
yeah, bless what that play was. There's the old fake ISO right, fullback bootleg left, because actually Ian Songer was coming out of the backfield. He was wide open, but he went for the long ball, and Tanner Duran was right there to knock that thing away. Almost came up with an interception.
Yeah, they did a good job covering up Austin Ellis.
So, ball remains at the 35, second and 10. And Wildcats going to have to take a timeout here to talk things over. So with 7:59 to go here in the first half, Jasper leads 7-3. You're watching Sectional 24 football, the championship games tonight. Jasper against Evansville Reitz here on 18 WJTS.
Sunshine to start my day. I'm gonna start the morning without delay. Everything's going my way. Enjoy the new Egg White Delight McMuffin or Egg McMuffin. Choose any two for only $3.33 at McDonald's.
Have you seen this?
Seen what?
This.
Introducing the new Egg White Delight McMuffin. Freshly grilled egg whites and creamy white cheddar. Also available on any of your breakfast favorites. It's another new way to love McDonald's.
Back at Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium, the Jasper Wildcats with the 7-3 lead, and with the football at the 35-yard line, facing a second and 10, I backfield. Give us to Ben Moore, and actually knocked into his, looked like a pulling guard. That was number 61 for the Wildcats, Ryan Hope. Actually, well, he's the center, actually. But he got pushed back a little bit, and Ben had nowhere to go, so no gain on the play. Bless in this situation, the Cats 4-down territory, but still like to get those 3 points back. Get a little bit on this play. You don't get
we want to get
down.
something. It's 3rd and long, and no one's going to hear this till tomorrow. But Tate Blessinger's in at fullback. They're going to run him into the flat, so it's going to be a passing play here probably.
There's the backs to throw. He looked at Tate for a second there, but then Aarons decides to keep the football, and he's going to have to run it. And
Aaron's on the carry.
Doesn't even quite get back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to spot, just right at the shy of the 35-yard line.
And that's a lot better than a bad decision or throwing into coverage and turning it over. So they're either going to have real bad field position or we'll fake it and get the first down.
Again, it's got to be something that's wide open to go for something like that, but. Clock is running, 10 seconds to go. The Cats took a little bit of time there in the huddle, 7 seconds on the play clock. And hurry up and get this thing off. He does get the snap. He's looking for it, thinking about it, decides to throw it. Oh, big play! Oh, Snow. Take it in! Gets across the 10 down to about the 6-yard line. Outstanding play. The play did not develop. There was no rush whatsoever from the Reitz Panthers. And so Aarons just decided to haul that thing, and he found Alice wide open. So a huge play for the Wildcats.
It's just a great option to either kick it or find a guy, and he found a guy.
No doubt about it. So ball at the 6-yard line. So 29 yards on the play.
First and goal at the 6.
So wow, the Wildcats taking a big gamble. He threw that ball just a little bit high, but with the 6'3" frame that Alice has there, he was able to haul it in. So great hands on that play.
Yeah, that's a good pitch and catch.
Wishbone backfield gives to Tate Blessinger. He's familiar with this area. He's got 3 touchdowns this year, 2 last week against Central and inside the 10-yard line. So actually, gain of about 2 as the ball is going to rest at the 4-yard line.
Second and goal at the 4.
So we had first and goal, now second and goal at the 4. Cats looking to build on this 7-3 lead that they have right now.
And Songer right
Gives
up the gut.
Songer, yep, straight up the middle.
Ian Songer, the ball carrier.
I think he may have got down inside the 2.
Trevor Fetcher makes the tackle on the play.
So ball now at the 2-yard line.
2-yard line.
Cats facing a third down situation here. Reitz did stop the Wildcats on a...
Need our offensive line just to blow them back and see if we can just challenge those linebackers to try and make a play.
Gives the Tate Blessinger. Look at that wide open hole as he just...
Big job by the offensive lineman. They just created some space, and I mean, that's easy work for any running back, but good job. Good sustained drive. Big 4th down pickup. Good job for the Cats bringing it down after that. They scored, and we bring it down. That's a good job.
4th touchdown for Tate Blessinger this year. 3rd in the last 2 weeks. So the Wildcats with 13 on the board, 4:51 to go here in the first half of action. As Kruger's out there to tack on the extra point. Hipschmu with the hold, snap, kick, perfectly through. And so the Wildcats with a 14-3 lead over the Reitz Panthers. You're watching Jasper Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
Introducing a car company that's never made a single car. Legendary durability, impressive mileage, Firestone tires. So unstrap the saddle, 'cause these old stallions are ready to run again. Whatever you drive a Firestone.
Get quality Firestone tires at DuBois County Tire and Supply, 231 North in Jasper.
For quality workmanship and reasonable prices, call Best for Less Painting Services, interior and exterior. Doug Schmidt and his crew offer guaranteed results. Call 482-9653 for Best for Less Painting Services. Go Cats!
You're watching 18 WJTS Jasper.
Tate Blessinger's 2-yard touchdown gives the Wildcats a 14-3 lead with 4:51 to go here in the first half. Ball teed up at the 40.
Everybody out there plays fantasy football. You know, Tate doesn't get a lot of great big yards.
Oh. All right, well, in that one, he just kicked. It looked like they almost were going for an onside kick because he popped it up there, and Wright's able to haul it in at the 41-yard line. So, you know, Bless, that's the thing. I know you don't want to give big run backs, but sometimes you got to trust your football team, and I just hate giving them great field position this late in the first half. I mean, that was last year we were up 17-0, and they came right down and scored right before the half. And
I'd rather see us, boot it a little harder. Maybe he just missed that one a little bit, but he can get it in the end zone. We know that he has. He's going against the wind here on that one, but I don't know, kick a hard one across the ground.
It looks like Reitz was, I think their center was a little bit late in snapping that football, so that's going to push Reitz back 5 yards. But, so that helps in our field position situation here, but I just really don't like the idea of giving them such great field position this late in the half.
No, not with the leg that Kruger's got.
Right.
They're not known as a seriously dangerous return team,
Right.
Not like Harrison or even Central, but I'm sure there's reason to all that.
There's a bullet right up in the middle of the field, and that's Jordan Summers, who's always a threat. He eludes a couple tacklers and gets into Wright's territory. So there's the Wright's machine right there. Late in the first half, getting to the 41-yard line, so a huge pass play there.
Yeah, and we didn't get to the quarterback, and had time to develop, and then they found a soft spot in the middle, and we missed a couple of tackles. So.
23-yard pickup on the play.
So 23 yards on that play. Gives Reitz 1st and 10 in the Wildcat territory. Higgins with the football. Cats doing the job against the run. I'll tell you.
50 yards back. Oh, they're not going to give them that lousy spot where they threw that thing.
Yeah, so that's a loss of about 5, I believe. They actually threw the marker there.
I heard how they throw that marker. It bounced a yard. It bounced a yard.
Yeah, they
You can't just go to the marker.
46
You got to get one that doesn't bounce.
Right. Yeah, that should have been back maybe a little bit further, but not the
There
case.
should
But
be,
still.
I bet there's probably no regulations on how those things operate. Somebody should write a procedure. Here it
Reagan
comes.
looking long, throws it across the middle, trying to find an open seam there. It was actually well covered, and he probably threw it in a smart spot there. I think he threw it.
He did, and we had the middle of the seams were covered. We didn't let him inside on it. Brought a decent rush, so.
So the pass falls incomplete. 3:57 on the clock. Ball remains at the 46-yard line, 3rd and 15. So you got twin receivers on both sides. Roll out this time by Reagan. Throws it out there.
Nice job by Scott Stallwood.
You're exactly
beautiful.
right. Yeah, he just basically was right in his territory and stuck his arm out there and knocked that pass away. So a huge play. So, well, the Wildcat defense is coming up huge. So
Good job by the defense. Had a little pressure, made him move a little bit, and then Scott made a play at the end.
So my hat's off to the defensive job there by the Wildcats. They were in a kind of a risky situation, given Reitz great field position, and came up with a big play to get in the Cat territory. But the defense does their job, and Reitz will punt it. Don't know if there's much of a threat to fake it as the Wildcats are. Fair catch called, hauled in.
Field the ball. Good job.
So the Wildcats with plenty of time here, Bless. 3:46
Yeah,
to
plenty
go.
of time. Even for a pretty much standard drive of combination of pass and run, we got some time. It'd be nice to get some points one way or another. Even to get that field goal erased with a field goal of ours would be great.
Actually got the ball at the 17-yard line. So it'll be an opportunity for the Cats to run more or less of a 3-minute offense, more so than a 2-minute offense. So Cats have, I believe, 2 timeouts remaining. Jasper leads this football game 14-3 over the Reitz Panthers with 3:46 to go and possession of the football. High backfield. Pitch out on the power is to Ben Moore to the left side, and he chugs his feet forward for about a 5-yard gain.
Good first down carry. Like to see Ben to look for the open space to the outside. It's hard when you get in the middle of all that stuff, and sometimes you just like to see him bounce it out. It may not be a clear lane, but of course from up here it's real easy. He works so hard, though. You can't complain much about how he runs the ball.
Moore again this time, and he actually cuts it inside.
Yeah, see, there was a good example. If he just heads, even if he just heads right toward the sideline here, he's going to get at least that, and maybe a little more, and then have some seam to cut back. But that comes with repetition and watching film and all that.
So he was actually met right there by Brandon Johns, the linebacker.
Brandon Johns' mom, Kim Rohde, is from Jasper.
There you go.
So he's got some Jasper roots.
3rd and 3, play action. Aaron's rolling to his right, and he's just going to chuck his thing away. So Wildcats getting nothing really on this drive here.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate because Zach Wood was coming back to the ball if he could have planted and got it to him, but there's a lot of interference in between, I'm sure. Would have been nice to get a first down there at least.
So the Cats will, at least set up to punt the football. Never know what's going to happen. The Cats came up last time with a huge 29-yard play to set up that Tate Blessinger touchdown to give the Wildcats a 14-3 lead. Aarons decides to punt it this time, and just a high wobbling punt, but gets beyond the 50-yard line. Nice Wildcat bounce down to the 41-yard line. So still plenty of time.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes. You just hate to give them the ball back under these circumstances. Been nice to get a good sustained drive, but let's have the defense step up and make some plays. Maybe we can get a turnover and still get in the end zone.
So that's actually where Reitz started their last drive. The Wildcat kickoff after their last score. So Reitz this time with 3 wide receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. They give this time to Higgins. Higgins with plenty of opening up the middle, and boy, just almost untouched until finally goes down at the 40-yard line of the Jasper Wildcats. So 19-yard play there. So Reitz back in business, really where they were when they gave up the football.
Yeah, time to stiffen up here.
Gives to Higgins again this time on the right side.
Forward progress will give them a gain of about 1.
Gain maybe 1 on the play.
25.
So that'll be 2nd and 9. We're approaching 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Jasper with a 14-3 lead, but Reitz with nice field position right now and plenty of time on the clock. Ball at the 39-yard line of Jasper. Shotgun. 4 wide receivers. He rolls to his right, chucks it out there. Catch is made by number 3, Isaiah Douglas, 5'9", 174 senior. His first catch of the football game. So Reitz on the move here.
Cal Kruger makes the stop on the play.
We didn't quite get to the flat on that, but tracked him down pretty quickly. So big play here, 3rd and short. Nice to get a loss of some kind.
So the 7-yard gain to the 32-yard line gives Reitz a 3rd and 2 with 1:41. Clock should be running. I don't know why. Did he, unless he got out of bounds there. I guess he did.
Higgins on the carry.
So Higgins carries the ball forward to the 27. Looks like he's got plenty for the first down. Needed 2 and got about 4 or 5 there.
First down for the Panthers.
So 1st and 10. Minute 35 to go.
First and 10 at the 27.
Cat defense gonna have to really have a stop here.
Yeah, we need something to happen. Good for the Cats here. Stop the momentum.
They had a fullback back here this time, and it should have been Landon Miller because Dwayne Esters went out on that initial play.
Was it McDowell, 43, I think?
Yeah, McDowell, there you go.
Gets his first carry tonight.
So McDowell picks up 2.
Clock's still running. Let's burn some time here.
Just approaching 1 minute, 1:05 right now. And the give is to Higgins, and he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage by Alice, but finished up there by Spencer Otto.
Spencer Otto makes the stop for Jasper.
So it's going to bring a 3rd down situation, 3rd and about 6.
Long, and the clock's running. I mean, gotta believe they're going to be throwing this. When they're in 4-down territory, they're going to try and get a field goal. Need some pass rush. Here we go.
Higgins throws to the sideline and completes it right there at the marker, so that is going to be a first down, and you're right, he gets out of bounds with 36.8 to go here in the half. So the chains will be moved. He's got that football marked at the 16-yard line, so 7-yard pickup.
16-yard line, 7-yard gain, 1st and 10 Panthers.
So the Panthers with 36.8 to go.
Who caught that?
1st and 10. I actually didn't catch who snagged that football. But
time for the D to come up big right here.
So Reagan finds the middle of the field open. That's going to let the clock continue to tick. 30
going to call timeout.
Inside now it's 28.8, and the clock is stopped as Reitz is going to have to be forced to call a timeout there. So
their 2nd timeout.
Reitz on the move, ball at the 13-yard line. They'll face a 2nd and 8 when we come back. You're watching Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
Injury, stroke, or surgery doesn't have to be debilitating. At the Timbers of Jasper, we offer hope in the form of moving forward rehabilitation. With a full range of physical, occupational, and speech therapy programs, the goal of moving forward is to help people return home safely with the skills they need to live life on their own terms. Our therapists are trained and committed to your success. I'm Nikki Moore, Rehabilitation Manager, and we're the Timbers of Jasper, where caring people make the difference.
TV 18, local people watching local people. WJTS CD, Jasper, Indiana.
Late second quarter action, 28.8 ticks on the clock. Jasper leads 14-3 with the Reitz Panthers.
Cats need to finish the half strong here. We get a stop, and we'll come out second half with momentum. Need a big play here.
Reagan going to the end zone this time, throws underneath, or short on that pass play. I'll tell you what, wide open in the end zone, Bless, was Jeff Reuter. He tried to throw it out there to number 3, Isaiah Douglas. Fell incomplete, but
well, I'm glad he threw it at the 2-yard line in a flat and into the end zone. So I don't think Reuter was the only guy open.
So
all right, big third down play. They're obviously going to go for it twice here, but
they kick the field goal. We'll see. So it's a big play for the Cats. Get a stop here to keep them out of the end zone, and that ball.
It's incomplete.
Ball falls
it
on
clearly
the ground,
bounced.
incomplete. I couldn't tell if Teal got a hand on it or not, but he was trying.
Certainly went for it. That makes it 4th down.
So 4th down, and they're going to kick it. So
got to show some containment here. Don't let them get loose.
Yeah, so the ball spotted at the 13. It'll be a 30-yard field goal attempt.
Defense, was helped a little bit by not the most accurate passes, but nonetheless held tough and super. Almost got a block. Did he miss it? He missed it.
He did miss it. Okay. Tough to tell from this angle, but it went to the left and
big. You need a few breaks and you play hard and you get some breaks. That's a good job by the Jasper defense. Great job. Now we take it over here and. I'm guessing we'll probably kneel down and finish this half off.
Absolutely. So a big bullet dodge there by the Wildcats. Actually did a nice job to force them to kick a field goal there. 2 incomplete passes on 2nd and 7 and 3rd and 7, and the 30-yard field goal attempt goes wide left.
So he actually cooked that one better than his first one.
I know. Seemed like
just pulled it a little.
Yeah.
Let's just let's finish this half out, end it, and move on and start with the second half.
Yeah, so actually Songer was not on the field at the time. Inside, they're going to try to throw the football. Look at this. Nope, and Aarons tucks it and takes a pop right there at the 20-yard line.
Good job of staying in bounds. Of course, they thought, well, let's give it one shot. That's not a bad idea. He gets a clean snap and just see if it's wide open, you might as well throw it. So I actually like that call.
I don't know if I like exposing the quarterback like that, though.
That's true, too. He probably could have slid a little sooner. That would have been nice.
So regardless, the Wildcats finish this first half with a 14-3 lead over the Reitz Panthers. You're watching Jasper Wildcat football, Sectional 24 Championship. Jasper against Reitz here on 18 WJTS. We'll be back at halftime and with second half action after this.
Ever wonder how propane is used in your house? PropaneKids.com is a multimedia site that features interactive games and activities to teach kids of all ages about the safe use and environmental benefits of propane. Just visit lpgas.net and click on the Kids Corner located on the Southern Indiana Propane page. Southern Indiana Propane believes that good safety habits should be developed at a young age, and learning how to use propane safely and efficiently is important when using propane in your home. Propane Kids, a fun way to learn from Southern Indiana Propane.
This is Tony Ubelar with Ubelar Toyota Scion in Jasper. It's November. Time for football, turkey, pumpkin pie, and Toyotas. With a great lineup of high-mileage vehicles and many with big rebates or 0% APR, now is a great time to stop in and take a test drive. And because it's easy as pie when purchasing a vehicle from Ubelar & Sons, we're giving away pumpkin pies to anyone who takes a test drive. Ubelar Toyota Scion in Jasper, where customers send their friends for easy as pie buying since 1929.
Alumni Stadium, the Jasper Wildcats lead the Reitz Panthers 14-3. And Bless, taking a look at the first half, what are your thoughts on how things went?
Well, the Cats, brought some intensity. They, really controlled, I think, maybe not yardage because there were some big chunks that Reitz got, but certainly time of possession. Felt like we were never in a lot of trouble, but whenever they pressed us, we seemed to stiffen up, bend, don't break kind of thing. Lucky to get out with them only getting 3 points, and really, 14 was good for us with that big 4th down conversion. But, a good first half for Jasper. Now the key here is, this Reitz team's going to keep coming, and they're going to come harder and harder and harder as it gets closer to the end. And Jasper's got to match that intensity. Our intensity has to start to build, not wane, as this game closes. So hopefully that's what they're talking about, and the coaches are all over that. And I'm sure that the Cats are pretty excited about trying to bring home a sectional title here.
Well, the thing is, to open up this football game, the Cats were able to stop Reitz. They got 1 first down in their first possession, but then the Cats had 13 plays on their initial drive and were stopped at the 2-yard line. But, I tell you, or stop actually at the 5-yard line. But, the thing is about that drive there, Bless, it really, I think, just helped us build our confidence that, hey, we can move the football not only just on the ground, but also, with the passing game as well. I mean, we eventually got our first score with a 34-yard hookup between Aarons and Hipschman, and so that gave the Wildcats an early 7-0 lead, and then a 37-yard field goal by Reitz cut the lead to 7-3. But then Tate Blessinger, after another nice drive by the Wildcats, capped that off with his 2-yard touchdown run. So the Wildcats now with that 14-3 lead. But it just seems like offensively, we just kept things going.
It was a nice mix. Nolan had a nice first half, 9 for 11. For 132 yards, I think, and so that's he's pretty accurate. Maybe one time he tried to force one over the top to Alice, but other than that, was making good decisions, held on to it as long as he needed to, and really offense moved. I think we had a first down on every time except for they were late in the second quarter, or we didn't pick up the first down, which really would have been a nice way to shorten the half if we just get a first down, but. We were able to hold them, and they missed the field goal, and no harm done. So let's leave that behind us and go forward. And we're going to get the ball here to start the first half, our second half. And the really key priority here is eat some clock and score some points.
Absolutely.
3 or 7. Right now it's a 3 keeps us a 2-touchdown advantage, and that's the big key is eat some clock, shorten the game, bring intensity. And score some points. If we score every time we have the ball, then we can't lose. It's impossible.
Talk about Nolan Aarons, 9 of 11 for 132 yards, but one of the big ones was on that 4th down situation where the Cats were 4th and 10, and he was able to hook up with Alice for a 29-yard play that eventually led to Tate Blessinger's touchdown. So Reitz kicks the football and just kind of kicks it straight ahead. So Jeffers fields it at about the 30-yard line. I'm sorry, 20-yard line.
Picks up the football, but has no return.
And not much really on his return there. So the Wildcats will start things off there.
Be a long field here, starting at the 20. Pretty good plan there by good coverage and good kick.
Alex Regal combined to make the stop on the play.
So that's where the Wildcats will start, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
Quality spotted at the
Jasper leads this football game 14-3. Bless, last week we were kind of in familiar situation where we were up 14-0 in that football game. Came out and scored initially to give us a 21-0 lead. So
we got to snap the ball. We're wide open. We're wide open out here to the left. Snap the ball. Snap the ball. Oh no!
He didn't even see it.
Dang!
Absolutely nobody came out to pick up.
No one was on Zach Wood.
No one was on Zach Wood. We had a touchdown all over.
Yeah.
I thought.
Let's run it again.
I thought
Here we go again.
Seen that, but yeah.
Set the ball. Set the ball. They're still.
Sees it this time, but still nobody's picking up.
No one's picking them up. Snap it. Snap it.
Oh, this
shoot.
time they do.
What's the timeout? Why are they doing? Oh gosh.
Yeah, the referees. Yeah, absolutely. Nobody picked him up, but Aarons didn't realize.
Missed opportunity there. And Nolan usually is going to pick something like that up. Of course, you can't holler too much, but just as you look over the defense, you'd think you'd see it. But nonetheless, good 4-yard pickup.
Aarons this time gets flushed out of the pocket, runs to his left side, decides to keep the football, and squirts forward for maybe 2 or 3 on the play.
Tackling on the play by number 69, Travis Brummett.
Ball is at the 26-yard line, so a gain of 3.
3rd down and 4 coming up at the 26.
So 3rd and 4 for the Wildcats.
This is a big play here. We get can convert on this. Keeps the chains moving and the ball in our. Nothing.
Well, he looks like he was trying to chuck it out there to Hollis and just lost control of the football.
Actually, I think what they were going to do was a little bubble screen, and they had it covered up, and he held on to it, and now we're going to have to punt it away.
Up 2.
So I guess credit Reitz for a sack on that play.
4th down coming up for Jasper.
Loss of 2 will make it 4th and 6. The Wildcats will be forced to punt.
Wildcats will be forced to punt. Summers and Higgins back deep for the Panthers.
Actually, now there's confusion. The Cats are going to have to maybe call a timeout or something here. There's 8 seconds to go. 6 seconds. Zach Wood was supposed to be out there on the football field. 3, 2, the snap is there. Aarons kicks it. Takes a bounce at about the 50, rolls to the 40 and about the 39-yard line. So that's where Reitz will take over for their first possession. So the Cats come up 3 and out on that first initial possession.
Yeah, not a great start by the way we wanted to start the second half. Just a missed opportunity on a wide open receiver and then not being able to get the first down. But, defense can change all that right now. It's not like the momentum really changed much, but certainly a sense of a missed opportunity there to take control of the game.
It's actually 2 consecutive 3 and outs for the Wildcats. Going back to the second quarter, 9:38 to go here in the third. Reitz looking to throw. Throws a wobbler out there. Cats with a chance to pick it off, but not able to come up with it.
Jordan Summers, the intended receiver.
I'm not sure if it was like Braden Betts.
Yeah, there was a host of Wildcats all around that ball. They didn't let them get past him, but they were going deep right from the start on that.
So 2nd and 10.
Really need to get some pressure. Need some intensity and some pressure on the quarterback. Get in the backfield, disrupt things.
Reagan gives the football.
On the carry, number 28.
Right side, number 28 carrying the football there. Landon Miller.
Scott Stallwood makes
He's able to stumble his way for about a 4-yard gain.
4-yard gain, 3rd down and 6 coming up. 3rd and 6 at the 43.
So 3rd down and 6. Ball spotted at the 43-yard line.
Got Pablo Santos, some fresh legs in there at defensive line. And for Mo. Cover the flats, boys. Cover the flats.
Reagan calls for his man to go deep. Goes over the top and out jumping the defender, Betts, is Summers, who's going to prance in easily for the touchdown. So pass was just thrown long. He gave Jordan Summers an opportunity to make a play, and he does, and he takes it all the way for a 57-yard score.
Brandon was there. He had him covered, but covered and not making a play are 2 different things, and that's one we needed to knock down and get out of their hands.
So just like that, we got a football game on our hands. So Reitz facing a 3rd and 6, come up big.
I think they're going to go for 2 to try and get it within 3 points.
Well, there's actually some consideration going on here, and I think they are going to call a timeout to figure out what they want to do here. So Reitz indecisive on what they want to do on the point after, but regardless, 57 yards from Reagan to Summers makes this a 14-9 lead for the Jasper Wildcats. So we'll take a quick break in the action. You're watching Jasper Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
It's taken a lot of preparation and hard work for the Cats to get in shape for today's game. Your furnace is the same way. Fall's coming soon and you're going to flip the switch and expect your furnace to heat the place up. Before you do, call Maringer's Plumbing and Heating at 482-4425 and they'll send a serviceman out to get your furnace in shape for the season ahead. Maringer's Plumbing and Heating, your local Trane dealer, will also give you a free estimate on a new Trane high-efficiency gas furnace. Because like they always say, it's hard to stop a train just like it's hard to stop the Wildcat football team. Maringer's Plumbing and Heating says go Cats.
Attempt. Reitz after the timeout decides to go for 2. Aaron's going to roll to his right, throws out there, and the ball is actually thrown behind the receiver and falls incomplete. So
to keep the 4-point lead, that's good. If we can keep scoring, we'll be okay.
Absolutely. So Reitz gets 6 on the board, but not the point after. So Jasper with a 14-9 lead with 8:47 to go. You're watching Jasper Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
Sunshine to start my day. Gonna Gonna start the morning without delay. Everything's going my way. Enjoy the new Egg White Delight McMuffin or Egg McMuffin. Choose any two for only $3.33. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. At McDonald's.
Have you seen this?
Seen what?
This.
Introducing the new Egg White Delight McMuffin. Freshly grilled egg whites and creamy white cheddar. Also available on any of your breakfast favorites. It's another new way to love McDonald's.
You're watching 18 WJTS Jasper.
Nathan Horner tees it up at the 40-yard line. Most of their kickoff has been kind of line drives. There's a little poke out there to the 20-yard lines. Jeffers with the football again. Weeds his way through.
Good return, good, decent field position. Now let's just make some stuff happen here.
Yeah, so actually that's going to give the Cats the football at the 37, I believe. So Wildcats, 2 consecutive 3-and-outs offensively. They try to get something going, get something back on the board. They got 6 to make up after the 57-yard hookup between Reagan to Jordan Summers. Makes this score 14-6, 8:41 to go. Aaron's under center, but backs the throw. Rolls to his left, and he is flushed out of the pocket and brought down. So good coverage downfield leads to that sack by the Reitz Panthers.
Yeah, I wasn't watching the coverage. The rush was decent, but I think Nolan's he's being really careful. He needs to get the ball out quick on pass plays. You know, they're usually timing, so you got to get the ball out. And we need him to find some confidence and start zipping the ball in there.
It's actually 2 sacks so far here in the second half. Trevor Fesher was one of the Reitz Panthers on that play.
I think we could run. We got Zach Wood in the slot. If we run him deep, let's see what we're doing here.
Cats facing a 2nd and 20, and again pressure brought in. And that time, I believe that was number
Ashton Carter there.
Yeah, Ashton Carter, number 4, making the play there. So the Reitz Panthers really putting pressure on the Wildcat quarterback.
Again, it's taken too long to get it out, you know.
So another big loss. That one is 9 yards. So now the Cats facing a 3rd and 29. Ball all the way back to the 18-yard line.
You know, it's 3rd and forever. You gotta get something, get some yards to try and get some field position. And maybe we'll get one broken.
Sets up the screen over at Alice, but boy, well read. None of our linemen up there to block. Actually, I see 1 or 2 of them actually were downfield. So Cats could have been called for a penalty on that play.
Yeah, and what we're seeing here is some momentum shift, and somebody's got to make a play to change that. You know, the defense was doing good. We had coverage, and then they hit the bomb, and then all of a sudden they get a little faster and a little stronger on defense, and are pushing us backward.
So the Cats on that drive, -10, -9, -2 on the pass hook up there. So now 4th and 31. Aaron's definitely going to have to punt it away. Gets a nice high punt there. Rice is going to let it drop.
No ball roll.
Good roll there to about the 34-yard line.
Started there a lot. I mean, that's a pretty good shift to the field position, but, you know, we got to come up with some big defensive plays on defense now. Here we go. It's time to get things happen.
So right now, it's in the hands of the Wildcat defense. 14-9 is our score. 6:23 to go here in the 3rd quarter. So the Wildcats are just going to have to hang tough here for a little bit. Try to get this football back and try to get the offense rolling. Last possession, -31 yards. 21 yards, I'm sorry, -21 yards. Looking to throw there.
There we go,
That's a
pick
big
it off.
defensive play.
That's what we needed. We got good field position.
I think that was Braden Betts, I think, on that.
I think it's one of the Betts boys, yeah. Covering his zone there at the safety spot, and he threw it in there and he took it. Holding on them, so penalty gives us the ball. So
Actually, I think it was Cortland Betts, number 20.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Cortland, number 20.
So a huge play for the Wildcats. He tried to throw to the middle of the field, and he's had some success chucking it
Now let's just
Make a play.
let's do our mix a little strength with our finesse, and pound a little bit, and then find something over the top maybe. But we got to get some positive yards here and some positive things going on offense. Big play by defense, coming up with that huge play.
Pitch out there is to Ben Moore, but he is met right at the line of scrimmage and spins maybe to gain a yard or so.
Nice tackle by Brandon Johns.
He was actually stunning on the play and did a nice job of picking him up right there at the line of scrimmage. He does pick up 2 on the play. Ball now at the 49-yard line, 2nd and 8. Wildcat fans fired up. Pitch out there on the power play. Ben Moore to the left side this time. Gets into Reitz territory. And they'll spot it at the 47, so about a 4-yard pickup.
And Blake Dirks make the stop on the play.
Cats will face a 3rd and 4 from the 47-yard line.
3rd and 4 at the 47.
Very important for the Cats to come up with a first down here. Their last 3 possessions, all 3 and outs. Pitches to Moore this time, and
Ben's fighting. Good job. Good fight. It's going to be close.
It looks like he was going to go down right there at the 45-yard line, but fought his way for that extra yard. Going to bring up a 4th and short situation, maybe less than a yard.
4th and 1 coming up at the 44.
So we call it 4th and 1.
Come on, Cats.
Ben Moore. Ball sits at the 40-yard line. Now Aarons is going to step off and call a timeout.
Timeout, Jasper.
So very key situation here for the Cats to keep this drive alive. Aarons wants to talk about it with the coaches. So we'll take a break in the action. Jasper leads at 14-9. You're watching Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
Introducing a car company that's never made a single car. We took the power of a 9-year-old V8 and gave it the impressive handling of Firestone's Destination tire. Now, moms agree. Every milk run feels like a victory lap. So whatever you drive a Firestone.
Get quality Firestone tires at DuBois County Tire and Supply, 231 North in Jasper.
And Aaron saw the defense, made a change there. The Cats come back with an I backfield. 4th and 1. Aarons gives to Ben Moore. He pulls his way forward for the first down.
Good job by the offensive lineman to get the space to get the first down. That's what we needed. We break the invisible force field there, get our first down, and now let's move it on down there and score.
Absolutely. That's a great point there because Cats on their last 3 possessions have been 3 and out, so
at the Panthers, 42.
So important to get that first down and kind of get that monkey off your back as the ball is now at the 42-yard line, 1st and 10. Ian Songer gets the football, but boy, Reitz just really manhandling the line of scrimmage. So there's runs that were maybe 4, 6, 7 yards in the first half are only 2, 3, and 4 yards here in the second.
2nd and 8.
Gets the ball to the 40-yard line, 2-yard pickup for Songer. 2nd and 8, 4:03 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Ben Moore this time, offensive line doing a nice job, getting a little bit of a surge there and runs it close to the 35.
Hansen makes the tackle on the play.
There at the 36-yard line is where they're going to spot it. 4 yards on the pickup. Plus, I'll tell you what, just the way the Wildcats are doing things, he had 15 carries in the first half, and Ben Moore is just really going to have to be durable this whole second half.
Yeah, he is. But, the offensive line, we need some big surges here. And
they call his number again there.
Doing, 3 yards in a cloud of dust here. It's going to be definitely 4th down. Looks like Ben has a little bit of an injury.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Like I said, he's going to have to show a lot of durability, and he's coming off the football field here. So on this drive so far, 6 plays, he's carried it 5 times.
This is here we're less than a yard now, and again, this is offensive line territory. This is their first down to get.
Gives to Songer. He plows forward with a big head of steam. Nice play there by the junior
good play.
fullback.
That's 2 big pickups on 4th down, 2 4th down conversions, and that's what we got to do. The clock's running. We got to keep going down here and get us a score.
On 4th and 1, gets the ball to the 27-yard line, 6-yard pickup. It's a huge play by the fullback. 2:36 to go here in the third quarter. Cats
need to take care of the ball here. And big plays by the offensive line.
Tate Blessinger now the tailback.
And
Saunders just really determined now. Look at him. Huge play. He should have enough maybe for a first down here.
It's 16, so
they're spotting it at about the 17-yard line. They're not really calling a first down just yet. They're going to call for a measurement here. So 10 yards we'll call on the pickup, but see how things measure out. 2:22 to go. Jasper leads 14-9. It's been all runs on this drive. Ben Moore 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the carries. The other 3 by Ian Songer. Last one about 10 yards there as we're measuring to see if he's got the first down. And he does, just by the nose of the football. So the Wildcats move the chains again. Huge.
Yeah, they're checking Ben Moore's knee. It looks, I don't know if he'll be back or not. But one thing people might be worried about is the depth. We lost Nick Hale, but I think the guys that are getting ready to run the ball have been playing for situations like this. The Cats do a good job of preparing the guys that are coming in. So in this case, it happens to be Tate, and I know he's been anxious to play a role on the offensive side of the ball. But so let's see what happens here.
So far, the Cats been just totally committed to the run. They give it to Songer this time to the left side, and not much this time.
We had some nice quick hitters. His big mistake there was he tried to go sideways. He should have kept going north-south.
So it looks like no gain on the play.
McDowell, the initial hits on the play. No gain. 2nd and 10 at the 17.
Minute 34. Cats trying to chew up as much clock as they can. Come up with points on this drive. Love to get in the end zone, but definitely have the toe of Cal Kruger to be able to do that. Tate gets his carry here. Positive yardage, gets it to the 15-yard line.
Gain of about 2.
They're going to spot it at about the 14, so a gain of 3 on the play.
Mike McDowell and Chris Tuck again on the stop.
So a 3rd and 7 is what the Cats face here. Inside of a minute here in the third quarter. Jasper leads it 14-9. And moving the football.
Nice pickup here.
They're without their tailback. Ben Moore throws it across the middle to Alice, and he can't pick it up, and he's wanting a flag, but nothing called. He's pleading his case.
Pass is incomplete. 4th down.
Cats with a little play action there, and they decide they're going to. Aaron's is coming off the field, so it looks like they are going to
go for the field goal here.
Wildcats will line up for a field goal attempt.
It's a big kick here. Give us
it's a 31-yard attempt. Easily within range. It's pretty well in the middle of the field as well. There's a snap, a little bit high, but kick is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So the Cats come up with 3 on this possession, give them a 17-9 lead with 42.8 to go here in the third quarter. We'll take a break in the action. You're watching Sectional 24 Championship on 18 WJTS.
Dairy Queen at the Y in Jasper has long been a staple in the community where friends and family come together. And now the coolest place to go is even cooler. Dairy Queen is proud to offer Orange Julius drinks. Try one of our over 40 new drink and smoothie combinations. From strawberry sensation to mango passion, you're sure to find something sweet and refreshing. We're also newly remodeled, so feel free to eat inside or take it to go. And of course, we still offer the best frozen treats around, including blizzards and ice cream cakes. Dairy Queen at the Y in Jasper, a tradition since the 1950s. You're watching 18 WJTS Jasper.
Kruger's got it teed up. Again, just punches it out there, and the ball actually hits the ground at the 20, but fielded.
Oh, block in the back, block in the back.
There's
Yeah.
a block in the back, so this is going to come back, and Higgins goes out of bounds.
Higgins, we have a penalty flag.
So
flag sitting there right
Cats
at
will be able to push him back from that spot of the foul. So it's now it's 10 yards from there. So
Call against Reitz on the return.
there haven't been many penalties tonight. So pretty clean game as far as that goes, which you would expect from these two programs. Hey, we got a little time here. I know the folks out at St. Charles Nursing Center are watching. Grandma Ina Wiseman out there will be watching tomorrow morning, and I'm sure others.
That ball goes all the way back to the 17-yard line, so Reitz moved back quite a bit on this drive.
Now let's push them back farther, defense. Come on now.
Goes to the first man through. That's number 28 with the football, Landon Miller. And he gains maybe 2 on the play. Clock winding with 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Jasper leads it 17-9. Ball at the 19-yard line, 2nd and 8. Reagan looking to throw. He hits.
Get him,
but then missed out, and the Cats are going to come up with a big sack here.
He's on the bottom of that pile. There's a lot of guys there, but it looks like Austin Allis there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give Allis credit for the sack. That's huge for the Wildcats to move the ball back to about the 16-yard line, so loss of about 3 on that play. So that's how we'll end the third quarter. So the Wildcats come up with 3 points and lead this football game 17-9 over the Reitz Panthers. You're watching Jasper Wildcat football sectional 24 action here on 18 WJTS. We'll be back right after this.
It's Papa John's Football Special, large one-topping pizza for only $7.99. Call 482-1166.
Choose better. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Until there's a cure for Alzheimer's disease, it's comforting to know there's a place like Augustus Cottage at the Timbers of Jasper. Augustus Cottage focuses on maintaining a secure, home-like environment where residents have a sense of belonging. Augustus Cottage staff are trained, compassionate, and patient. If someone you love has memory loss, there's a place to turn for help. I'm Deb Lloyd, Memory Care Facilitator, and we're the Timbers of Jasper, where caring people make the difference.
Fourth quarter, Bless.
Fourth quarter. Here we go. Game's going to be decided here.
3rd and 11.
No doubt about it. It's what we expected.
Reagan's always trying a little hitch up there. It's worked one time, but this time he gets the pass out there, and eluding the tackler is Higgins, and boy, a big play there. He just hit him for about a 3-yard pass play, but boy, he takes it the rest of the way for a big first down there.
And it's a
big all the way to the 31-yard line, 15-yard pickup.
Yeah, we had him press back, and we needed to get him stopped there, but there's another chance.
Right up the middle is number 28.
So carrying the football that time is Landon Miller.
Landon Miller.
And who gets stopped, but not before he gains about 6 yards on the play.
Make the stop on the play.
Second and 4. Flags fly. Bullet thrown right there by Reagan. Nice throw, and it's hauled in by number 8, Jeff Reuter, but a flag is thrown. Boy, he throws the ball that hard, Bress. I don't know why they're not trying more pass plays with button hooks and things like that. That was a rocket.
Yeah, he zipped it in there pretty good.
Fortunately for the Jasper Wildcats, that's going to move them back 5 on the false start. So push the football back to the... Because actually the ball was at the 38-yard line. Yeah, it's just going to be from the spot of the, or from the
from the line of scrimmage. Yeah, false start. So it'll be
33.
2nd and 8.
Knocks him back 5. So now it'll be 2nd and 8.
All right, defense. Time to come up big here. Here we go.
2nd and 8 at the 33.
The 33-yard line. This time, look at the play. Tatum slowed him up, but then finished up nicely right there by number 46, Spencer Otto.
No way, a bunch of them there. That's a good blitz and good power to be there.
Huge quarterback sack there. Nice job by Tate to slow him up, and then Otto finished things off. So Cats put a lot of pressure on the quarterback that time, and Reagan not able to come up with anything as he lost about 10 on the play. Ball's now at the 23-yard line. 3rd and 18.
Some guys we need to be keying on.
Reagan lofts it up there high. There should not be a flag, but there's a flag actually over here.
Probably holding.
Yeah, actually the quarterback's looking for a flag. That was just actually incidental contact back there. I mean, plus the pass was a little bit overthrown. But
that'll be 4th and long. All right.
Reitz.
Hey, we had good coverage. Incidental contact, decent pressure, and good job by the defense.
The Cats got to decline this penalty.
Yeah, it's 4th and long.
4th and 18. So huge play for the Jasper Wildcats on good coverage downfield.
You know, it'd be a great big momentum changer here is if we block this punt. I'm not sure we'll go for it at the risk of a penalty, but we haven't really come hard yet. Be interesting to see what might happen.
4th down coming up for Reitz. The Panthers will be forced to punt.
Really being ahead, I guess that's not the right play, but if you're behind, that might be. But
Portland and Braden Betts back to receive for Jasper.
So Jasper should get good field position here, depending on how the punt goes. Fair catch called. Fielding right there.
Called by Portland Betts.
Portland Betts. And so the Jasper Wildcats will take over 1st and 10 with a 8-point lead in this football game. They lead at 17-9. Ball is going to be spotted right at the 45-yard line. So a huge opportunity for the Cats to take control here, Blas.
Yeah, huge opportunity, and I think they're ready to go. I think they understand the magnitude of this drive. If they can go down and get a score, it makes some good things happen and puts Reitz in a real tough spot. So let's see what can happen. We got, looks like Ben Moore's still out and Tate's dotting the I. Tate Blessinger.
Tate gets the ball on the right side, runs it forward for about 3 yards, I believe. So gets the ball to the 48-yard line. Gain of 3.
3-yard pickup on the play. 2nd down and 7 at the 40.
One thing we want Nolan to be is confident, but make good decisions. But one thing I think he's done has been really careful, and we might want him to, just let him react, just play football the way he knows how.
Absolutely. Wood's the only wide receiver split out. High backfield, they give it on the left side this time, and Tate is hitting the backfield and not able to get back to the line of scrimmage as he leaned forward to maybe salvage a yard, but still he lost 1 yard on the play back to the 47-yard line. So now the Cats facing a 3rd and 7.
They lost of 1. 3rd down and 8 coming up at the 44.
I'm sorry, 3rd and 8. Facing a 2nd and 7 on that play, so loss of 1. Offense has really got to get going here, guys.
Yeah, we need some Some great play by the offensive lineman here. Give us some time. Let some things happen.
They get the Tate this time.
Blessinger on the carry.
What could have been a
play by number 20.
run of no gain. He was able to actually get about 3 or 4 out of the play, but not enough for a first down. The Cats are going to have to punt here, so pretty conservative at this point, Bless.
Yeah, you know, I know we don't want to throw any interceptions or anything like that, but if we're going to run now, we got to make sure those offensive linemen are fired up and they're getting us 2 yards before anything else happens. But you never know what's going to happen here. We're at the 50-yard line. You just never know.
That didn't work. I have no idea what happened there. They snapped it to
snapped it and then went
man through, and he tried to give it to Stallwood, and boy, it totally got stalled.
Yeah, if the guy runs by him, he's probably open for 15 or 20 yards, but it's a short snap, and then they under the gut, under the legs to Stallwood, and
I'll tell you, I mean,
the guy was just there. He was just there to make the play.
Right now, the defense is doing a pretty decent job.
But, you know, now you're putting them in a tough spot here. I mean, I know if we make it, it's a gutsy play, but maybe we should have been a little more gutsy on offense.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you punt that thing away and really push Reitz back there, trust your defense, but now they got great field position and flying forward there for an easy 4 or 5 yard pickup. And they're in a no-huddle offense now, so the Cats are going to be on their heels a little bit here. So get us to Miller this time.
Tate with a nice tackle, but
first down yardage for the Panthers.
Just like that, now the Reitz Panthers moving right along. Cats 3 and out. Reitz is moving the sticks. So first and 10 from the 42-yard line in Jasper territory. Reitz just needs a touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie this football game. Miller again with the carry. Landon Miller, the sophomore.
On the carry once again is Landon Miller.
And he gains about 4.
Fryline and Stallwood make the stop on the play. And 3. Second and 7.
We got to get in there. We got to get in their backfield. Is what we got to do now.
38.
Ball set in the 38-yard line. 7:18 on the clock. Here in the fourth quarter, Jasper with a 17-9 lead. They pitch out there. The wide receiver, he gets away from one tackler.
Isaiah Douglas on the reception.
He's going to be close to the first down. That's Isaiah Douglas, number 3. Catching that football and getting a run after the catch. It's yards after the catch that are big there and enough for the first down. So needed 7, got about 8.
Make the stop on the play. But a first down.
First and 10 for Reitz.
First down for Reitz at the 36.
Ball at the 36-yard line. Reagan throwing up long and just overthrows his man. Covering right there.
Good coverage. Graham was all over him. The ball goes up. I like to see our guys run to the ball. Just go to the ball. Once it's in the air, you got to go to the ball.
That was actually, I think it was
Jeff Reuter
Higgins.
is the intended receiver of a pass to the end zone.
I take that back. It was Reuter, number 8.
Defending on the play for the Wildcats was Grant Teal.
So second and 10 from the 36-yard line.
Second and 10 coming up. Second and 10 at the 31.
So 31-yard line. You got 36 up on the board. Reagan chucks it out there, and boy, a nice opportunity for the Cats to pick that off. It might have been tipped by the would-be receiver. That was intended for Reuter.
It was a little behind him, and those a little behind or over the top end up being dangerous situations. We weren't
Third down and 10
didn't land in our basket, so here we go again.
There's no doubt that Reitz is in 4-down territory here at the 31-yard line.
It's convenient the guy broke a chin strap. Start the clock. Start the clock. Start the clock. Oh, it was incomplete pass. It didn't matter.
That's right.
I did it. I'm sorry.
6:51 to go. Jasper leads this football game 17-9. Reitz facing a 3rd and 10.
Look for a screen pass here.
Reagan throws off his back foot, and the ball is dropped.
Sometimes you need a break, and we got one. Now it's 4th down. They got to be going for it, I think, at this point in the game. I don't think they're going to try and, I mean, it'd be a long field goal, but looks like they're talking about which play they're going to run to try and convert this 4th down.
Well, this is huge for the Jasper Wildcats right now with 6:47 to go here in the 4th quarter. 8-point lead. And Reitz this time spreading out 5 wide receivers, 4 to our side, 1 to the opposite side. So Reagan, a lot to pick from there, and the pass is knocked out of the hands. Falls incomplete.
Good job by the defense.
Defense comes up big there. 4 consecutive incomplete passes.
Good pressure, good coverage. Good job by the defense. They're growing up.
But this game is anything but over, Bless. We've got an 8-point lead with 6:43 to go. The offense has got to get something moving.
Yeah, we really, this is where our offensive line needs to take control here. They're going to be down a little bit, thinking, well, he's got a long way to go now. So, if we can drive it down there and get us a score, good sustained drive. Got to mix a little passing in there, though. I think, we've thrown for how many yards this year, and we can't just take that away from.
9-11 for 132 yards in the first half, and we've hardly thrown here in the second. But here we are with the I backfield, another run. So Tate.
There's not much room.
Gains maybe 1 on the play. But the clock's going to run here. 6:23, but again, as we found out,
they know our MO, Craig, and we're going to look to run first in these situations to get a long drive. So a little play action would be good, because I know they'll bite on it. The linebackers are going to be stuffing, trying to pull things up. Gosh, damn.
Now the Cats going to have to use another timeout, so that's their second timeout of the half.
Jasper, their second timeout.
So we'll take a timeout ourselves. 5:59 to go in the 4th quarter. Jasper leads 17-9. You're watching Jasper Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
Building a brighter future, Jubilar Developments. We're proudly serving your community. Family and friends, a winning team. Locally owned, built on quality. Jubilar, the name to depend on. Building a brighter future, Jubilar Development.
You're watching 18 WJTS Jasper.
2nd down and 9. High backfield. Play action this time. Cat's going to throw out of it. And look at the pressure given by the Reitz Panthers. Is number 43 coming in with a big sack is Mike McDowell.
Number 43 for Reitz, Mike McDowell.
So the Cats not able to get anything going with the passing game.
Their good pursuit there just takes too long to develop. They had good coverage.
So that's an 11-yard loss there, and now the Wildcats facing a huge burden on 3rd down, 3rd and 20. Ball sitting at the 40. Actually, it had to be about 3rd and 19, I believe. The ball's at the 23-yard line. Regardless, it's a big spread here. Now the Wildcats decide to spread things out. 5 wide receivers. And we run a quarterback draw.
4th down coming up for Jasper.
So, another 3 and out for the Jasper Wildcats. Quarterback draw gains maybe a yard.
Our thought process here is, a safe pass on 2nd down when it's 2nd and long. First run, if we can get some good things going on a run on the 1st down, that'd be great. But there's just no room up front right now. They're just pinning their ears back, and then 2nd down takes too long to develop, and there's nothing there, and then we have to be conservative at 3rd and long, and now we got a punt, and they're probably going to have pretty decent field position.
Aarons does not get a very good punt off either, and doesn't even get back to
it's putting a lot of pressure on our defense, which has done a good job, but yeah, that's just not good execution of a punt right there.
So Reitz with great field position with 4:15 to go here. The ball sits at the 40.
Yeah, we did it.
Move to the 41.
The defense did such a nice job of stopping them last time, and get a little momentum. We just couldn't take advantage of it. Now there's only 4 minutes to go, so another good defensive stand, and if we get them stopped, we'll be I think in good shape because we can burn some clock.
Reitz gives the football to Miller this time.
Carry for Reitz, number 28.
Number 28 gets the football, a gain of about 4 on the play.
Spencer Otto makes the tackle on the play. 3-yard pickup. Second down, that is. 2nd and 7.
Ball 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 7. Ball at the 37-yard line. Reagan chucks it out there and just a little bit too tall for the would-be receiver. That's Isaiah Douglas. And Douglas has actually had, that's a tough catch right there,
yeah.
But he's had a couple drops here in the second half that the Wildcats been able to benefit from.
Yeah, they've had some chances, and we've been the benefactor of them not making really good plays. That would have been a nice catch, but I'm sure, if that's thrown to you or to me, we're going to think we should have caught that.
Actually, Reagan has missed on 5 of his last 6 attempts.
Here we come.
There's a snap right there. Big time play by Austin Allis.
Oh, you can't.
Huge play.
That's a terrible spot, though. They throw that thing way up there. That's just awful where they throw that ball.
Exactly right,
they throw that little sponge thing, and it's just awful.
I agree with you. Because
it's 4th down, so maybe it doesn't matter that much, but still.
Oh, it can.
It was a 2-yard difference, though.
He was going backwards. Yeah, that ball should minimal be back.
It's not forward motion from where he takes the snap, right?
That's right.
They're going to flood the zone here.
4th and 15 is what Reitz
Gotta watch
is
number
facing.
9 cover him up.
Pressure put on the quarterback, knocked down, and the Wildcats come up with another big play with
good job by the defense again. All right.
That time Pablo Santos and Austin Allis on the play. They knock down the quarterback and they can't get that ball off.
Hey, the pressure is big time coming through on the good pressure. Makes it tough to complete passes. So now let's get some first downs. Man, 2 first downs, and we can plan our trip to Columbus.
So Allis putting huge pressure on the quarterback with the quarterback sack on the previous play, and then forces Reagan to throw incomplete. So Reagan is thrown incomplete on 6 of his last 7 passes, and so Jasper with 2:49 has got to come up.
Hey, we're down to 7 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah, now we got a burning timeout.
Come on, Coach. You guys got to be aware.
Absolutely.
They got to know. They should have known what they were doing before we ever stop them on 4th down. Can't be spectators. You got to be planning and knowing exactly what you're going to do if the ball's stopped.
So, we'll take a quick break in the action, catch our breath here. 2:49 to go in the 4th quarter. Jasper leads 17-9. You're watching Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
Yep.
Ackerman Oil Company and Circle A Food Mart. Shoot for perfection. Starting with our quality Sunoco gasolines, the official fuel of NASCAR. With 2 convenient locations in Jasper, there's no reason to pass up the opportunity to stock up for the big game. And Sunny Chicken Tenders are always a big hit at your festivities. The Sunny Says Car Wash lets you be just as bright as the stars of Jasper High School.
Has got to come up with a first down or 2 to seal this football game with 2:49 to go. Ball's at the 46-yard line. Give us to Cal Kruger this time. So Cal coming in
running the wishbone here.
Yep. Tackled on the play by Ashton trying to get a little bit more leverage in the backfield with an extra blocker running the wishbone. Reitz calls a timeout. So we'll take a break in the action. 2:42 to go. Jasper leads 17-9. You're watching Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
This is Tony Ubler with Ubler Chevy Cadillac in Jasper. It's November, time for football, turkey, pumpkin pie, and Chevrolet. And we've got a lot to choose from. Have you seen the 2014 Impala? Stunning and exciting. Or the great rebates on Chevy Silverado. And we've got a great selection of new and used Cadillacs. And because it's easy as pie when purchasing a vehicle from Ubler & Sons, we're giving away pumpkin pie to anyone who takes a test drive. Ubler Chevy Cadillac in Jasper, where customers send their friends for easy as pie buying since 1929.
After the Reitz timeout.
Big A and Tate in the wishbone.
Give it actually to Alice back there. Alice stiff arms his way across the 50. Rushes it to the 47-yard line. And Reitz is going to have to call their final timeout. So now it's all up to the Wildcats to come up with these last 4 yards to get this first down. So we'll take one more break. Jasper leads this football game with 2:35 to go, 17-9. You're watching Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
It's taken a lot of preparation and hard work for the Cats to get in shape for today's game. Your furnace is the same way. Fall's coming soon and you're going to flip the switch and expect your furnace to heat the place up. Before you do, call Maringer's Plumbing and Heating at 482-4425 and they'll send a serviceman out to get your furnace in shape for the season ahead. Maringer's Plumbing and Heating, your local Trane dealer, will also give you a free estimate on a new Trane high-efficiency gas furnace. Because like they always say, it's hard to stop a train just like it's hard to stop the Wildcat football team. Maringer's Plumbing and Heating says go Cats.
Jasper faces a 3rd down and 3. They're in Reitz territory at the 47-yard line. Huge play here. They try to draw Reitz off. They do not. But the give is to Blessinger. Blessinger gets a second effort, gets real close to the first down. Depends on where they spot this football. Been some funky spots all night, but this time he gets to about the 39-yard line is where they need to get to for the first down. So we're going to be seeing a measurement, I believe, here. So we'll call a timeout, or the refs call a timeout there. Bring the chains all the way over to this side of the football field, but an outstanding run there, blessed by Tate.
Yeah, he's got a lot of effort in him, that's for sure. Hasn't had much room to run, but he got close there.
Cats needed 3. Tate got hit.
Underwinds. I said underwinds.
Practically in the backfield there, but boy, just kept his feet, kept moving, and giving the Cats a great opportunity for first down. We cannot see the spot. Oh, and it's a half-yard short. Half-yard short. Does the Cats take a chance here? You know what I do, Bless? I give it to Austin Alice. If they stop Austin Alice on a run here, you know, they deserve an opportunity to get the football back. That's the only thing I'm doing. I'm running an ISO with Austin Alice. Get that 1 yard that you need.
I mean, you know, the spots are such an imperfect science.
No doubt about it. So we're looking at 4th and a half of a yard, if even that. Maybe 4th and about a foot.
Would have been nice. I mean, we didn't. That was after they stopped. Then they stopped the clock so quick. You know, I mean, that was basically 8 seconds. Is all it was.
Here. You know,
yeah, we got to run
the
this
action, but you're going to start this clock again once they get everything set. So this play clock will run. It's 25 seconds, but 2:27 on the clock. So that's going to run some of it off. But boy, got to get this first down. So a huge play for the Reitz defense, huge play for the Wildcat offense, and what may be separating this football game is 12 inches. Give us to Blessinger, and he plows forward, and he gets that first down. Tate Blessinger with an outstanding run, Bless. You got to be really proud of that young man.
Yeah, he's got effort, and he had some space, and he got enough space to get what we needed. So good job by the offensive line, and just a good job to drive it in there and get that first down.
First and 10, Jasper.
That puts the ball at the 43-yard line. First and 10 with 1:57 to go. Play clock's actually at 13 seconds now, so the Cats got to get out there and at least get a play. 10-9.
Yeah, we should be okay.
Let's go. Yeah, I know we want to use every second of the clock, but get the play off. 3, 2, play off. Given to Ian Songer.
Protect the ball now. They can't. they can't stop it. So
nope, not at all.
now it's let him run down the field there for a while and think he had a snap, and then that takes about 6 or 8 more seconds off before they set it and the play clock goes. So that's good news.
Minute 20, 1 minute 19 seconds actually on the clock,
and
play clock's at 20.
It's going to be under 20 when we
or under a minute actually. Right?
Yeah, under a minute.
So Songer gets credit for the carry for 1 yard. Boy, Tate Blessing coming up with a humongous first down. All the Cats do is take a knee there. That's all they're going to have to do at this point. So Jasper Wildcats really conservative offensively here in the second half, but the defense does the job. Keep this game under control.
We have to run one more play yet.
Just one more play. 37 seconds on the clock.
We'll get lined up. We don't need a penalty or anything dumb to happen
Still going to
here.
get one more.
Come on, now we got 10 seconds now.
Yeah, so the Cats are just going to rush up there. Take the knee. 5, 4, 3 on the play clock. He is taken 22, 21. Clock is going to tick down, so the Jasper Wildcats.
Sectional champs.
Sectional champs of 2013 for sectional 24.
That will be the end of the ball game.
7 seconds to go.
The Jasper Wildcats 17.
3,
The Reitz
2,
Panthers 9.
1. It's official. Jasper beats the Evansville Reitz Panthers 17-9, and whew, catch your breath there, Mike.
Yeah, you know, they were never within more than 8. That's the closest it's been, but boy, it's a hard-fought game. You know, really well played, and played with a lot of heart. And you know, Jasper grew up, I think, a lot. They needed a good challenge. They knew it would be a good challenge, but they learned to win, and that's going to be good for the younger guys, and it keeps the seniors moving on, which, you know, a great group of seniors winning a sectional championship first since 2008. So.
Yeah, so there you go, the Jasper Wildcats. Congratulations for winning the sectional this year over the Reitz Panthers. Pretty well been their nemesis for a number of years in this sectional 24. So huge win for the Jasper Wildcats. They'll move on in the tournament to play in the regional next week, I believe, against, we're assuming
Columbus East, but you never know, and just assume that that's
tonight. So, but yeah, just taking a look at things here in this second half. I mean, the Wildcats' only score was the 31-yard field goal from Cal Kruger. But, you know, came up with a win, but boy, bless, it just was kind of a nail-biter because the offense just was not able to consistently move the football here in the second half.
Yeah, and, you know, I give Reitz credit. We knew that they'd keep pushing and pushing, and their intensity seemed to be growing. The defense did a nice job on, especially pass defense, not letting them get some of those plays that they needed. But, you know, we weren't making a push on the offensive line, and they certainly got a little conservative, but you know, in the end, you can't argue with a win and the success we've got. So, you know, great job for the Wildcats.
Yeah, just kind of recapping things here in the second half. I mean, Jasper got the football, and actually were 3 and out, but then Reitz came down and hooked up on a 57-yard pass play. That was from Reagan to Summers to make it 14-6. And then the Wildcats 3 and out again. And then the big interception actually by Cortland Betts. They picked that ball off, and then the Wildcats were able to march it down a number of plays, but then Ben Moore sustained that injury on that drive, you know, where the Wildcats were eventually able to
let's hope that it's nothing. Hopefully it's nothing too bad there. I think they were looking at his knee again. I don't know if it's the same one, but hopefully Ben will be back next week. He's pretty key to our offense, and you know, him just not being in there affects some rhythm that we might have lost a little bit. So sorry, I know you were going through the game recap, but
no problem. You know, so that's the main thing, is just we'd love to see Ben Moore be able to get back, but you know, it's put Tate Blessinger and also Austin Alice got some carries there in the tailback spot, and of course Ian Songer is going to be called upon. Then also Cal Kruger got an opportunity with a nice game there. But boy, probably the hugest play was mainly that 1.5 yards that Tate picked up on that fourth and I'm going to say 12 inches or so.
Yeah, and that, you know, and I'm not sure, that was a tough one. but the offensive line got them some space to get that. And, the one before that was probably a bigger challenge of a run, but to get us to that point and the team just to come through and get that first down was big. That's really like a score, because at that point there wasn't enough clock for anything to go wrong.
So the Jasper Wildcats, first sectional since 2008, Kerry? Yeah, so it's been 5 long years since the Wildcats have been able to hoist that sectional trophy. So congratulations to Coach Ahrens and his coaching staff, and of course these seniors headed by the 4 senior captains, Spencer Otto, Cortland Betts, Scott Stallwood, and Neil Rose. As I'm trying to see if they're having any formal presentation out there. Oh, they already did?
Thanks,
okay. As I was reading through things there, but yeah, just a huge win for the Cats. Again, I would like to see things roll a little bbit more smoothly offensively in the second half, but you know what? First sectional championship in 5 years, we'll take it any way we can get it. Right,
yeah,
guys?
we will. And Reitz is a good team, good program. Everybody that stands over there and wears that silver helmet, they know how to play football and they know how to compete. And to beat a team like that, you've done the same thing. You've learned to win and you've learned to compete, and it says a lot for this team and the coaching staff preparing them for this. And now we got this championship. We have a championship, and now let's go make some things happen. Just play hard, and you got nothing to lose now. Just go after it.
Well, and I tell you what, Bless, one other thing, too, that you really got to take your hat off to is just the outstanding job by this Jasper defense over the last couple weeks. We faced, basically all 3 Evansville schools. You got Evansville Harrison. The Cats pretty well controlled them from start to finish. Last week, an outstanding job against a very powerful and scoring machine in the Evansville Central Bears. And then this week, this is a football team that averages 32 points a game themselves, the Evansville Reitz Panthers. And, you got Jasper holds them to 7 points, and 9 points over the last 3 weeks. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, our defense has really become a key aspect of this team, and it was a little imbalanced for a lot of the year, but as the team came together and we got everybody back from injuries and people getting into the right spots and confidence of the younger guys that hadn't played much varsity football before this year, they're really just peaking at the right time, and a lot of confidence. And even the long touchdown, feel terrible for Braden Betts because the guy makes the play over him,
right.
But he was there. We were not burned. You're burned because they score a touchdown, but the coverage was there on most plays,
right.
And even both the long ones that they had there at the end of the coming out of the deep end early in the game, and then the touchdown. So that's good to see. At least we're covering him. Next step is next week we're going to make the plays on the ball and pick those off instead of letting them get a hold of them. So, yeah, absolutely. To your point, the original point was the defense has really become a hallmark of the success of the tournament run here. No question about it.
No doubt about it. Again, holding Reitz to just 95 yards rushing. They did get 165 yards passing, but Reagan, I had him for incomplete passes on 6 of his last 7 passes. He finished 10 of 25 for 165 yards, 1 interception, and 1 touchdown. Nolan Ahrens finished the football game 10 of 13 for 130 yards. And Ben Moore, 22 carries for 60 yards. But, just a concern. Hopefully his injury isn't too serious and he can be back in action next week.
Yeah.
So, well, congratulations to the Jasper Wildcats, 2013 sectional champs. So,
there's John Sanders will be meeting at McAdoo's again Wednesday night, Big John.
That's right. We get to enjoy another Wednesday night at Mac. So, well, for Mike Blessinger, I'm Craig Schneider, and of course for Jeremy Markles upstairs doing an outstanding job on the video. Congratulations, Jasper beats Reitz 17-9 to win the sectional 24.